Alright, this is the part 2 of the tutorial where I teach you all how to model planes in Blender. So we're going to continue with the key 44. This is exactly where I left it off. So today we're going to do the rudder and the fin, and we're also going to merge this into the fuselage. So just some stuff, landing gears, cutouts for the canopy, cutouts for the ailerons and flaps and stuff. So first of all, we're going to make a rudder. So we're going to duplicate this object. Anyway, it's your choice. We're going to delete all of the control loops except one. So this is here. Then we're going to rotate it 90 degrees, minus 90 degrees. All right, we're going to move it to the 0. All right, we're going to select this and okay. Okay. Alright, we've selected all of this. We're just going to, well, this is slightly misaligned. That's not ideal, but okay, I'll scale it up a bit. Alright, so we're just going to scale it up on the y-axis until we just reach the shape we want, the desired size. If it's a bit up, you can just move it back like that. You also want to make sure that one of these vertices aligns right at the edge where the rudder is there. So then we're going to extrude it up, and we're going to move it back a bit right about here. Also scale it down just a tad bit, and we're going to repeat the same on the other side. So this is one of the vertices done. Just going to scale it up, repeat this. That's not all right. Alright, then we're going to add another control loop right about here. We're going to scale it up. This is a bit too much, but alright. Wait, what? Oh, okay. I only selected one side, so I'm just going to delete the vertices on this side. Add a mirror modifier. Okay, what? Okay, that's okay. I screwed this up. We're just going to scale it up. Add another mirror modifier y-axis. Objects that origin to 3D cursor. Okay, z-axis it is. We're also going to turn on clipping to fix this. So just going to move it right about here. As you can see, the vertices join. This vertice right here joins. So this is what clipping does. So we're also going to, this vertice seems a bit, this vertice seems a bit too out of place. Alright, then we're going to scale this vertex down, scale this one down as well, move it just about here. That looks good. Okay, what did I turn on? What did I turn on? Okay, anyways, so this seems good. We're going to add another control loop here just to get it to be the perfect shape, and we're going to scale this out just a tad bit. Turn this off, I don't need this. Alright. Okay, this is one part of the rudder done. Then we're going to extrude this out once more, and we're going to merge this, move this out just about. I think this is not the most efficient way to make the rudder, but then again, I do not know another better way. So we're just going to delete these, some of these faces right here, and we're going to delete some of these vertices right here, the lowermost vertices, and we're going to, first of all, we're going to duplicate this and then hide them just as a backup in case they don't look good. Then we're going to, okay, what happened to this? Okay, I forgot to add apply. All right, we're also going to click Control A and apply this, and you can also apply it from here if you want to. Okay, then we're going to join this once more. I'm going to join this vertex right here with this one with this one, this one with this one, and this with this, and same on the other side. Alright, now that this is done, we can apply these faces, apply faces about here, and that's a pretty good integration done. Then we're going to join this vertex with this one. We're going to delete these vertices, we do not need them. Then we're going to select the bottom two vertices and scale them down to just 0 on the z-axis, and then we're going to select this individual side of the work. Alright, we're going to do this like here. We're going to scale this also to 0. Same on the other side. We're going to scale this down until it reaches a more squarish shape. Then we're going to select this vertex and conjoin it with this. Same on the other side. So that's the integration done. So if needed, we can add another control loop here, and then select the vertices and then scale them down just a tad bit to make the lip. So yeah, that looks good. Then we're going to select these two faces right about here. We're going to extrude them outwards and join this vertex with this one. So same on the other side. Also, if you do not want to do this twice, you can also set delete one half and then add a mirror modifier, but I prefer to do it this way. You really do not have to do it this way. It takes a lot of time, but yeah, anyways, so we're just going to extrude this and continue this until we get to the top. So you can also merge multiple vertices if you want to, but okay, this one. So we're just going to do this. Also, you can select the outer control loop right here, then move it down just a bit. So yeah, we're going to do this on the other side. I'm just going to move this about here, and so yeah, we're going to, let's see, it seems there's, so and this. So you also want to make sure that the amount of vertices on this side matches with the amount on this side. So we're just going to scale this to 0. So we're just going to move it to scale it to 0 and make sure it aligns with this, so it's a continuous piece. And after we're done, we can just select the vertice. Then we can just do this, join the faces. Okay, I screwed up. Okay, never mind. I'm going to duplicate this and add another mirror modifier because I. Alright. Art modify search mirror. We're going to scale this out, and then once again we can just add these faces. Okay, what, what happened here? Add faces. If you're wondering how I'm doing this, then I'm clicking on F. So F add faces, and yeah, that's a pretty decent looking rudder. Except this part seems to be a bit inward, so I'm just going to move it a bit out. Yeah, that's pretty good looking. Not the best, but it's like how I do it. So yeah, now we're going to move on to the landing gear. So for what should we do first? uh, I think let's integrate this part of the rudder. So we're just going to extrude this out once more, scale it up, and we're just going to merge this. So okay, now that this is done, we can delete this one, and if you want you can add a boolean modifier, then select cylinder O2, and you can see what it does. So control A, and you can see what it does. So we're going to duplicate this. So 3D cursor, scale it down -1. So yeah, that's pretty good looking. Now it seems that these vertices here are a bit not ideally shaped, so the topology does not look good. So we're just going to scale it up to, I think this looks better. So I normally do not bother about the topology and how it looks, because after it moves into gets imported into SF, it does not really matter that much. But some people say topology matters. So if you want, you can also go around. Then we're going to select this and select faces, and then select. Actually, we're going to apply the modifier first and select the rudder and P selection, and it will make it a separate object. So you can see now we're going to move on to the cutouts for the aileron and stuff. So you want to add a cube, first things first for it. Actually, not a cylinder, a cube. So you want to delete all the vertices except one. So alright, so that's done. Now we're going to take this vertex and move it where one of the corners of the cutout we want to make is. So now we're just going to extrude this vertex and we're going to select these vertices one more time, and we're going to delete this edge. We do not want this edge, so we just done this. We're just going to add a modifier, mirror modifier, z-axis, control A. Then what object is it you want to note? It's a cube, cube dot 005. So I'm just going to select the wing, select cube dot 005, go to the upper view and select mesh knife project. So you can see it has made the cutout for it. So we're just going to mesh knife project once more. So this will make the cutouts for the ailerons. We won't have to do it ourselves. So we can do this and then selection, and voila, the cutout is there. So we're just going to delete this. What do you see? Delete this wing, duplicate it, scale it -1. Okay, not not that one. So yeah, we've got the, now we're going to repeat the same thing for the, we're going to repeat the same thing for the elevators. So delete vertices, add search, mirror modifier, z-axis, going to select the vertice. So it seems to be just about here. We're going to extrude it. This is going to extrude it out, and yeah, notice this cube 008. Go into edit view, cube dot 008, mesh knife project, faces, and we'll do the same on the other side, mesh knife project. So we've got the elevator separated, peak selection, and yeah, it's separated. So we're going to delete this and duplicate this, and yeah, that's pretty good looking. Now we're going to repeat the same thing for the canopy. So add mesh cube, not a plane, a cube, add mesh cube, delete the vertice on one side, add a mirror modifier on the y-axis modifier. So x-axis, in fact, actually I was wrong, it's an x-axis modifier. So we're going to duplicate this and make the rough shape for the windows. So we're going to duplicate this, select all but one, control I to invert the selection, then we're going to select the vertex, the remaining vertex extrude it out, uh, duplicate this one more time, delete vertex, select the remaining vertices. So we're just going to select this vertex and move it and then scale. What am I saying? Anyways, this is done. We're going to merge all these objects into one. It's cube 0010. Then we're going to select this part and then select cube 0010, mesh knife project. Oh, this vertex needs to be moved a bit back. Alright, cube 1110, mesh knife project on one side, then mesh knife project on the other side. So we're also going to add a boolean modifier. So and now we're going to separate all the faces. So okay, the top vertices do not match, so that can be fixed fairly easily. Just use the knife tool. Just use the knife tool to select, and yeah, that seems good. We're also going to select these faces right about here. Going to look at the going to select these faces and then insert them just a bit. Then we're going to select these faces and also insert them just a tad bit. So yeah, we can just select these faces, the ones that need to be separated. Actually, reverse this. We're just going to select this, insert it, and okay, it seems I'm unable to insert them, so we're just going to select this and knife tool and use this. Then we're going to deselect these faces and insert them. Then we're going to select the remaining faces we need. Then we're going to go deselection, and this part has been separated. Now we're going to separate the rear window. Selection separate. Then now we're going to separate the canopy. It's pretty much the same process. We're just going to, is the canopy one whole part on this? Hold up, I gotta check. Key 44 open Canopy. It seems that uh, okay, so the whole canopy is one part. That just makes stuff easy. We're just going to select these faces, piece selection, and then select the remaining faces. So piece selection, and you can see it's done. So now we're going to move on to the gears. So how much long has the recording been? Anyways, so we're just going to add a cube for that mesh. uh, Not a cube, cylinder in fact. We're just going to select a cylinder with like 10 or 8 vertices. It's up to you how many you want. Then we're going to select this median point. Okay, we've selected. We're just going to extrude it, scale it down, extrude it, scale it down, and repeat it. Just going to repeat this. So yeah, that's how we're going to do it. We're going to scale this down, move it a bit down, and now we're going to add another cylinder. We're going to make this 12 vertices instead, rotate it 90 degrees. We're going to scale it down to the shape of the wheel, and we're going to add a control loop in the middle. Select the other vertices, add a mirror modifier, z axis, or what? Uh, oh, okay. Object set origin. You want to make the origin to the center of surface. Object set origin, center of mass. We're going to add another, or add another control loop in the middle, and then add a mirror modifier. So you can see how it looks. Now we're going to move this object. Next we're going to select this, and we're going to scale this down. Then we're just going to add control loops and scale it up just as however we like. So that's a basic wheel done. Next we're going to add some insets. We're going to insert it just a tad bit so that it's a lip. Extrude it downwards, extrude it, scale it down, extrude it up once more, and that's a very basic wheel done. Then we're going to move it right about here. Now the question is, how do we join these faces? So for that we're going to have to open up preferences, key 44, landing gear. We're just going to see how it's shaped like. So it's like a cube. You can see it's a cylinder that shapes itself into a cube. So for that we're going to add we're going to go to mesh, add, we're going to select this face, scale it down, extrude it up. Then we're going to add mesh, a cube, Then scale this cube down until it's the perfect shape. Then we're going to add face. We're going to delete this face right here. We're just going to extrude it and shape it as we need it. So open up the reference once more. You can see it has a bit of a curve going down, so then we're going to select this cube and move it just about. Actually, we're just going to see what coordinate this is on. This is on. We're going to duplicate this coordinate and paste it here. So now it's a pretty good shape. Now we're going to scale this to 0, and okay, it appears to be a bit. Just going to move it just until it's not conflicting anymore. Then we're going to apply the modifier on it. Select the face, uh, insert it a bit. Uh, Actually, individual origin. This is not needed. We just want to select the face on one side. I insert. So we're just going to add a control loop and make sure it aligns as best as we can it with this one. Then we're going to delete these faces, delete faces, and we're going to join this. Then we're going to select these edges, join it with this one, select this edge, join it with this, add another face. So yeah, and if needed we can also scale. We can select the cube and here, and we do not want to select these faces. Then if needed we can scale it down. We can scale it down, and yeah, that's a pretty good looking gear. So we're going to duplicate it one more time, and that's a pretty basic gear done, along with the cutouts and stuff. Now this reference apparently does not have the propellers, so I cannot show you how to make that. We're going to have to leave that for another time. And yeah, I think this is a pretty good model. Now next I'll be finishing whatever is left and adding it to SOF, so stay tuned for that. Bye, thank you all.